Right, so in the UK, there's different classifications of tobacco. A very, very crude scheme of things, you have fine cut rolling tobaccos, you have pipe tobaccos. They're the two different classifications of tobacco. Rolling tobacco is subject to much higher values of tax compared to pipe tobaccos. Over the years, a lot of people who smoke roll-ups and want it a little bit cheaper have often bought pipe tobacco. You can do as you please with tobacco when you buy it. Certain tobaccos you can get away with rolling, predominantly more lighter Virginia burley, subtle oriental mixtures. I mean, in the past I've made tobaccos with Perique in there, with Latakia in there. You have to keep your ratios small, especially if you inhale, because those tobaccos are very, very strong, produce lots of smoke, and like I say, it's not the best thing to inhale. But anyway, back to the subject. So tobaccos in essence have a cut-off point, at which point they're classed as a rolling tobacco on one side of the threshold, and on the other side they're a pipe tobacco. Now, originally the threshold was 1mm, so anything that was thicker than 1mm thick per strand was classed as a pipe tobacco. Now, 1mm strands is very, very easy to roll with, and basically customs latched on. There's a whole story that goes behind it, but it involves a bit of skullduggery between big tobacco companies, and I've gone down this road of talking about these things before, and it never ends happily for me or for other people. So just to keep this brief, not to go into detail, at the start of last year, in January last year, the cut changed. It became 1.5mm as the cut-off point. Many of you in the UK would have known over the last year your pipe tobaccos have got a lot thicker and a lot stringier. This is as a direct result of people openly smoking and in a way selling Shag pipe tobaccos. Basically, Shag is just another name given to a mild pipe tobacco. It's kind of almost like a thick, fluffy ribbon cut. We call it a Shag tobacco over here in the UK. Throughout predominantly parts of Europe, I know our American counterparts class this mainly as ribbon. But basically, say at the start of the year, the classification between the two changed. Now, in the UK, it's an offence to sell pipe tobaccos as rolling tobaccos. It's seen as a form of tax evasion. So, in essence, in the UK, it's not illegal, but it's definitely not right to smoke pipe Shag tobaccos in a roll-up. Like I say, you can do as you please with your tobaccos once you leave a shop, but it is illegal in the UK to sell Shag tobacco as a rolling tobacco, which is why in many of my videos in the past I've referenced you should not roll Shag tobacco. Nobody in the industry would suggest I do it. It should suggest that you do it. It's seen as a form of tax evasion. If you're buying 50 grams every time you do that, you're depleting the government coffers of £3 at a time, which, when you consider how many people actually smoke in the UK, that's a hell of a lot of money. I mean, obviously it doesn't come anywhere near as much as the revenues lost through smuggled and black market tobaccos and things like that, but it's still a big thing, and the UK government are very, very strict on, like I say, the smoking of pipe tobaccos in cigarettes. So this is just a quick video to explain why every time I talk about a Shag tobacco I tell you not to roll with it, and like I say, it's not a rolling tobacco, it is a pipe tobacco. So just a quick brief bit of video information there for you. So yeah, it's Shag is pipe, fine cut is rolling tobacco. This has also affected flake briefly as well. I know a few people have commented that flakes have got thicker. For a few manufacturers it's been quite beneficial. I know quite a few people who are happy that walnut's got a lot thicker. Ogden's walnut flake by my Imperial Tobacco. Apparently that smokes a lot better now than what it used to. It burns a lot smoother and a lot cooler. But like I say, it's even the thickness of a flake has to be above 1.5 mil. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you all very, very soon. Take care. Goodbye.